Have you ever wondered why life feels heavy? Why, even though you have everything, money, job, relationships, something inside keeps struggling? It is because we are swimming against the current. We want to control life. We want to shape it according to our desires. But life has its own rhythm. Lao Tzu, the old master of Tao, said, "Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. That only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality." Osho, centuries later, said the same thing with his laughter. Don't push the river. It flows by itself. Two voices, so far apart, yet both pointing to the same secret. Stop resisting, start flowing. Think of water. Water is the true image of Tao. Lao Tzu loved water because water never fights, yet nothing can defeat it. It flows around rocks, it bends, it yields, but in the end it cuts through mountains and shapes valleys. Osho loved this image too. He said, "Be like water, soft, yielding. The world may call you weak, but your softness is the greatest strength." Imagine tomorrow someone insults you. What will you do? Normally you react, you fight back, you carry the wound for days. That's the way of fire, the way of ego. But Tao says, flow like water. Let the insult pass through you, untouched. Smile and remain light. Who can hurt a man who flows like water? Life becomes beautiful when you live it with simplicity. Lao Tzu said, "I have just 3 treasures: simplicity, patience, compassion." Osho explained, life is simple. It becomes complex because of your greed. Look at children. They laugh at small things. They play in the mud. They enjoy the rain. They don't need millions to be happy. But we, with our stress and ambitions, have forgotten the art of being simple. Tao says, return to the innocence of a child. Happiness is not hidden in mansions and cars. It is in small things. Drinking tea silently, watching the sky at night, sitting with your beloved without words. Tao is not somewhere else. It is here, in the ordinary moments lived with awareness. The heart of Tao is Wu Wei, the art of non-doing. Lao Tzu said, the Tao does nothing, yet nothing is left undone. Osho said, don't do, just be. Non-doing does not mean laziness. It means flowing with life instead of forcing. A farmer cannot pull the crops to make them grow faster. He simply waters them, waits, and lets the sun, rain, and earth do the rest. That is Wu Wei, doing only what is necessary and trusting existence with the rest. Think about it. How often do you interfere too much? You try to control your children's lives, and they rebel. You try to control your partner, and love disappears. You try to control your career, and stress kills your joy. Tao says, do what is needed, then let go. Trust the rhythm of life. Osho once told a story about Lao Tzu. Someone asked Lao Tzu, what is your philosophy? He pointed to the bamboo swaying in the wind. That was enough. Be like bamboo, empty inside, strong, flexible, bending with the wind but never breaking. Can you feel it? That is Taoist living, silent, flexible, natural. But our whole society is built on becoming. From childhood, you are told to become something, an engineer, a doctor, a businessman. Tao says, drop the madness of becoming. Lao Tzu said, when you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everyone will respect you. Osho said, the desire to become is the root of misery. Being is enough. Look at the rose. It is not trying to be a lotus. Look at the lotus. It is not trying to be a sunflower. Each is perfect as it is. Only man is restless, trying to become something else. And that restlessness is his misery. Can you imagine living without comparing yourself? No jealousy, no competition, no race. Just being yourself, living your uniqueness. Think of how light you would feel. A rose doesn't ask, "Am I better than the marigold?" A tree doesn't worry, "Am I taller than the mountain?" Only man lives with this poison of comparison. Tao asks you to drop it. Be yourself. That is more than enough. When you live with awareness, even ordinary things become divine. Lao Tzu said, "See greatness in small things." Osho said, "Each moment is sacred. Don't divide life into holy and unholy." God is not far away. God is not hiding in temples and scriptures. God is hiding in your daily life. When you drink water, drink it as if you are drinking nectar. When you smile, smile as if existence is smiling through you. When you walk, walk as if the earth is dancing beneath your feet. That is Tao, bringing sacredness into the ordinary. Have you noticed how restless modern life is? We wake up with alarms, run to work, rush back, and even in rest we think of tomorrow. Tao is the art of slowing down. Have you ever sat near a river? Have you walked in a forest? Suddenly you feel calm, peaceful. That is Tao touching you. Nature is always in Tao, because trees, rivers, birds, they do not resist. They simply live. A bird does not ask, "Why am I not a lion?" A tree does not worry, "Why am I not the sky?" They simply exist in their own beauty. Man has forgotten this art, but it can be remembered again. Lao Tzu himself lived like this. He never created a religion. He never wanted followers. He lived silently. And when he grew old, he left the city on a water buffalo, disappearing into the mountains. Before leaving, he wrote the Tao Te Ching, a small book, just verses, each like a drop of dew. Osho, on the other hand, spoke endlessly to thousands, created communes, played with words, but behind all his words was silence. Both were teaching the same thing in their own style. Trust existence, relax into it, let life happen. And Tao is practical. Imagine you are in your office. You are competing, fighting, running behind promotions, and you are miserable. Tao says, just do your work joyfully. Let recognition come or not come. It does not matter. The joy is in doing. Or think of relationships. You want to change your partner, mold them into your idea, and love dies. Tao says, flow with them. Love them as they are. A river does not demand that the rocks move. It flows around them. Relationships become beautiful when you stop forcing them. Even pain and failure look different through Tao. Normally, we fight pain, we resist it, and that resistance doubles our suffering. Tao says, allow it, flow with it. Even pain has a place in the great dance of life. Osho said, even sadness has its own beauty. Sit silently with it, and you will see it also has a song. Imagine losing something precious. Instead of fighting the pain, sit with it. Cry, allow it, flow with it. Slowly, you will see the pain transforming into wisdom. That is Tao. The greatest secret both Lao Tzu and Osho revealed is surrender. Not surrender to someone else, not surrender to a god sitting in the sky, but surrender to life itself. Life is bigger than you. You are just a wave in the ocean. Why fight the ocean? Relax, float, and the ocean will take you to the shore. Lao Tzu said, those who flow as life flows know they need no other force. Osho said, don't swim, float. This is the heart of Tao. When you surrender, suddenly fear disappears, because fear comes from separation, from the feeling that I am alone, I have to fight. But when you see yourself as part of the whole, the fear melts. You are not separate. You are existence itself. Then even death loses its sting. Death becomes a doorway, not an end. The river does not cry when it disappears into the ocean. It celebrates. In the same way, the man of Tao celebrates even death because he knows he is returning home. So the choice is simple. Either fight with life, resist, control, struggle, and remain miserable, or trust life, Flow with it, surrender, and discover joy. This is Tao. Lao Tzu whispered it in his poetry. Osho shouted it with his laughter. But the essence is one. Life is not to be conquered. Life is to be lived, danced, and loved. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself as a river, flowing gently, without struggle. The rocks are there, but you flow around them. The mountains are there, but you carve your way silently. The sun shines, the rain falls, the earth supports you, and you move toward the ocean. Can you feel the freedom? That is Tao. Tao is not something to understand with the mind. It is something to live with the heart. When you live simply, when you flow like water, when you love without conditions, when you trust existence, you are in Tao. And then life is no longer a burden. It becomes a celebration. Lao Tzu disappeared into the mountains. Osho disappeared into silence. But their fragrance remains. And if you listen very quietly, you can still hear their whisper. Surrender to life, and in surrender find freedom.